Let's talk about ghosts. But like kind of. Why static? I make a lot of different equipment that is very specific to being triggered by energy that is possibly within a space with unexplainable means. And I have so many theories around the use of documenting things like static in the paranormal. So I'm here to share another. Hello, my name is Lauren Hellickson. I am your spicy brained witch friend with a knack for comprehension and an absolute love of physics. And I want to help you understand some of the concepts in physics that are maybe a little oversimplified, but honestly, today is just a video about me weirding out a little bit. Now, because I can't, I totally can have this video end up being 20 minutes long. I can absolutely do that if you would like me to. I'm going to try and simplify this without oversimplifying it, so bear with me. We have all heard the term string theory, but conceptualizing that is wildly more difficult than I think we realize, mostly because it's a theoretical framework that is working to expand on Einstein's theory of relativity, of general relativity. So when Einstein was doing his work and research, the knowledge of things like subatomic particles didn't actually exist yet. And string theory is the result that we get when we expand on Einstein's work by combining it with what we know about quantum physics and quantum mechanics. So why does this matter? A lot of these ideas are what spark me to really work on improving the more simplistic trigger-based designs. I think sometimes we may overcomplicate some of our equipment. So I'm like keeping it simple and keeping the theories. String theory is basically, it's like it's a math problem. I mean, it is a math problem. We're going to simplify that so that it's just a little bit more digestible and easier to understand how string theory is theory that we are building on in order to explore other ideas. So take this equation, for example. 8 plus y equals x. Find the value of x. Instead of deeming this an unsolvable problem, like combining quantum mechanics and the theory of relativity, we can conceptualize different equations by inputting numbers into the y field. So we can say y equals 12, and now we can easily find answer for x, so we can solve for x much easier. And this is a generalized explanation, so we can better understand that string theory isn't something that we can lean on as any kind of fact. It's an idea that only works when we expand our dimensional framework of space-time to a higher dimensional space. 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. Let me know if you want me to nerd out more on that, because I totally will. One of the main characteristics of string theory is that there are certain energies that can travel through these different dimensions, and those energies all have something in common. They can exist and be and travel and move within space or within a vacuum. That is static and electromagnetic radiation. So it is thought that these energies can not only interact with, but travel through these different dimensions in string theory. We have 3 spatial dimensions in where we exist. And then this 4th time dimension that we exist within, our time dimension. And if we really want to get crazy about it, time isn't linear. If we think about a 5th dimension, still consists of those three spatial dimensions, the time dimension, and a fifth unknown dimension that we have no ability to comprehend, understand, or observe in any way, shape, or form, thus making us unable to interact with that fifth dimension. But if electromagnetic radiation and energies that can exist in space, like static, can go back and forth in these dimensions, as long as it works in the same way, who's to say these aren't documentable phenomena? This is where I would be putting on a tinfoil hat. Who's to say that these are not simple things that we are actually interacting with different planes of existence? What was I saying?